Eddie, obviously you're saying there about the fight being bigger. Obviously Carl Frampton spoke to the Irish Football Association yesterday and they want to hold another fight card at Windsor Park. Would that be a suitable venue, or would you like to have something closer for Paddy next time around?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, you know, I'll never say we've outgrown the Odyssey, it's quite, you know, or the SSE, but we were sold out with, you know, we could have done another 1,000 or so tickets tonight, I think, over the last few days. So an outdoor event in the summer would make sense, but it's going to take time. Like, I think Billy and Lewis will feel like, you know, I had a few words with Billy after, nothing major, but it's like, you know, I think the problem is, he's going to want me to say he deserved to be disqualified. He's going to want me to say, help me out with the IBF. Do you know what I mean? And I would just have to sit back and say, all I can do is be honest. I don't know if it was right or wrong. I think there's an argument both ways. But it was after the bell. There's no doubt about that. And that's what I was arguing about Billy, because Andy came over to me and he said, oh, I said, I have to watch it back. I think it was after the bell, but I need to see it. And then Billy came over and he said, oh, what do you mean you need to see it? It was after the bell. I said, I think it was, but just let me see it. And I saw it and I was like, yes, it was after the bell. There's no doubt it was after the bell. And that's the problem Paddy has. You can't say it was on the bell, because it weren't on the bell. You know?
We've seen the way governing bodies work. Obviously Sean McComb last year been brought in America and de-ranked from the WBO. Could you see obviously a situation where the IBF don't give the immediate rematch and then obviously Paddy gets de-ranked by...
No, he definitely wouldn't get de-ranked. I mean, I can see a situation where they don't order a rematch, and I can definitely see a situation where they do order a rematch. It's everybody, like, again, going back, I know it was quite a while ago now, but going back to Froch Groves, yeah, I didn't think they would order a rematch for George Groves, because I do think the stoppage was early, but I think he was on his way to getting stopped, and I just didn't think they'd do it, and they did it. This is a lot, I actually think this is a lot more controversial than Froch Groves, in the sense that there's so many different opinions. Do you know what I mean? And that was a world title fight. This is only a final eliminator. So it's almost like it's not that big a decision for the IBF to reorder it. If you order a massive name champion rematching someone, it's like, yeah, this is just, oh look, you guys, it's a final eliminator, a good fight.
You're stuck in an awkward situation though, because if they say that a foul is a foul, the referee was right, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, because Paddy's going to give off. Lewis is always going to be happy because he gets his world title.
Yeah, but again, at that point, I actually prefer the IBF at this point to make the decision for me. Do you know what I mean? I can't make the decision. All I can say to Crocker is, I think the rematch is massive. Here's the money, what do you think? And I will be doing that 100%. You know, but he might say, and he's well within his rights to say, no, we want to see what happens with Ennis and Stanionis first in 5 weeks' time, and then see what they do, and that's probably what I would do if I was them.
Just on that point, Eddie, considering he did, well, lose every round on 200 judges' cards, is pushing for a world title fight if you're Lewis Crocker, is that why?
Yeah, that's what yeah, maybe, but do you beat Paddy Donovan? You know, I mean, Paddy's a very good fighter. I think Lewis can be a lot better than he was tonight, if I'm honest. But Paddy looked very good, and looked in, well, he was in control.
Last couple of guys,
Eddie, just on the stoppage, is there an argument to say that Paddy Donovan was in combination and then lands that punch after the bell? Is there an argument that he's in sequence of punches?
That's not a thing, is it?
No, but like...
Bell's the bell. I mean, it don't matter if you throw in or not. I mean,
does it not lead into what Andy was saying, where the ref needs to be closer to it?
Yeah, I do think the ref wasn't close enough. But Marcus McDonald, he's a very good ref. I mean, he's very experienced, and you know, sometimes you're not quite in the right position, and obviously that's an incident where you get to analyse it, and then others you don't analyse how close they are to the bell. But it wasn't like, you know, 5 shots and his head was going back. He pushed him back, one shot, boom, and then ding, 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 you know, and then it's after the bell. So it wasn't like boom, 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 and the head was going back, and it was just in the sequence of those. It was one big shot, but he was still attacking. I mean, you know.
Eddie, what was your thoughts on Billy Nelson and the team's celebration? A lot of people on social media seem it was kind of poor taste, bit of a hollow victory.
Yeah, I think you have to celebrate. It wasn't really to celebrate. It was more like they get in there and they're kind of, you know, you're really jockeying your position with the ref. Come on, ref! Like that's got to be a disqualification. He's punched him after the bell. Like, you know, I mean, yeah, the celebrate. Look, I think at the end of the day, it's such a heated environment. No one's going to be acting normal. But I think that Lewis isn't here. I don't think Lewis is happy. I don't think Lewis will be happy with his performance. I think he won't be happy with the criticism of, you know, should it have been a thing? He'll be thinking to himself, blimey, I got punched after the bell. But Paddy was on the way to winning the fight. That's the reality. And, you know, say Lewis got lucky. I don't think he would have wanted it to play out like that, if I'm honest. But, you know, all of a sudden he won the fight when it looked like he was never going to win the fight.
He had 3 fight cards in Belfast in under 18 months. Obviously the plan was if Lewis had won, potentially on what happens next month, but when's Matchroom coming back to Belfast again?
Or maybe in the summer, we'll see. You know, look, we can only come here with a big main event or a big star, you know, so obviously the only way we come back in the summer is with that fight, probably, or with Crocker against, for a world title.
Maybe you could catch him in an undercard as well.
Yeah.
I think on that note.
Let's see how Nunes looks in Japan. If he smashes Rikishi to bits, I don't think anyone's going to fight him, but we'll see.
Do you think Kakachi beats Wood in Nottingham?
Yeah, I like this. I love lovely Wood, but I just think Anto's on a great run at the moment. I think his confidence is sky high. Lee has been out of the ring for well over a year.